Good evening and welcome to Singapore Tonight. I'm Melissa Hyak. Singapore's Home Affairs Ministry says the Internal Security Act, or ISA, continues to be relevant and crucial as a measure of last resort for the preservation of national security. Now, this in response to queries from the media after Malaysia announced the abolition of the ISA yesterday. More from Imelda Saad.
The Home Affairs Ministry says Singapore and Malaysia are different, even though the ISA has the same roots for when both countries were British colonies. It says the respective societies have evolved. Even the Act itself has evolved. For example, a person arrested under the ISA in Singapore may be held in custody for up to 30 days, after which a detention or restriction order must be issued, or else the person must be released unconditionally. In Malaysia, the period of custody is double, up to 60 days. Also in Singapore, the president can veto the government's decision. The ministry adds Singapore has used the ISA sparingly. It says no one has ever been detained only for their political beliefs. The ISA has been used to deal with threats of subversion, racial and religious extremism, espionage and terrorism. And these threats continue to be salient today. The ministry says the ISA was used effectively in 2001 to thwart the imminent suicide bombings planned by the al-Qaeda and the Jemaah Islamiyah. Like Malaysia, there have been calls among certain quarters in Singapore to abolish the ISA. They come from civil liberty groups and even political parties who argue that the law is no longer relevant. But one terror expert I spoke with say Malaysia is foolish to abolish the ISA.
Today, there are only two countries in Southeast Asia that has been severely threatened by terrorism but has prevented terrorist attacks, and one is Malaysia and the other is Singapore. So ISA is an invaluable tool to preventively detain terrorist suspects, to investigate and also to confine them. And if this important piece of law is taken out of the equation, it will not benefit governments to fight terrorism effectively.
Dr. Rohan adds there's a heightened threat of terror in the region now, so it's important to keep the ISA until such threats diminish.